Well, Top Gear. Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond.
Oh.
What's his name? Richard Hammond and something James May. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great show.
I vaguely remember that, but
Jeremy Clarkson is one of the funniest guys on TV in England. He was hilarious. Just a car reviewer. And he's a writer and a guy who reviewed cars, who loved cars. But he punched his producer. They canceled the show. Apparently, I don't know what happened. Him and the guy have made up, but they've already fired him. So now they're going to do it on Amazon now. They're going to do the same show, but they have to come up with a new name for it. So Jeremy Clarkson's been talking about it, and it won't come out. It'll be more than a year from the time they fired him before this new one comes out, maybe contractual stuff. But in that time, they hired a whole new crew of Top Gear. And I wonder how the new crew's doing. The new crew of Top Gear
Chris
England?
Evans was on here, is on it.
Who is it?
Chris Evans is on it.
I don't know. Google it. He asked
he
me.
is.
What am I, a fucking
No, he is.
computer?
Google it,
How
motherfucker.
dare you, lad?
Chris Evans and Matt LeBlanc.
Who is Matt LeBlanc?
from Friends?
In England?
No, the TV show Friends.
Right, in England.
Yeah, he's on
doing
that
Top
show.
Gear in
Yep,
England.
yep,
Jamie,
yep,
you
yeah.
stoned?
No,
What's
a little,
going on
no,
here?
a little bit.
You're a little out of it.
No, I'm telling you,
you
Chris
didn't
Evans,
smoke
the
today, Joe.
I did twice.
Oh,
Did right before the show. How dare you?
Chris
I'm
Evans,
sorry
the
for
YouTube
accusing
guy,
you of being straight.
the YouTube car guy. He's one of the hosts on the show too. He
In
was on-
England?
Yeah, he was on the podcast.
And Matt LeBlanc,
He's
the
also one of
actor
the hosts,
from
yes.
Friends.
Yeah, there's 7 people that are on it.
7 people on the new English show?
Or 6,
Wow,
I guess. I
Matt
don't know
LeBlanc
that
in
person.
England. So does Matt LeBlanc live in England now?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Oh, there he is, number 3.
How weird. Well, that's interesting that they decided to go completely crazy and put 6 hosts instead of 3.
Yes, I'm sure they just team up to do different challenges like they did before. But
Who is everybody
I'm
there?
not sure who the rest of the people
The
are.
one
I'm
guy
sure
looks
I
like
can find
LeBron
them.
James with the air let out of him. See that?
List of
Ron
names.
James with the air let out. There's no list of the names?
No, not here.
Hmm.
It's weird. But
This is on what? BBC?
Yep.
Boy, they got fucking boring television.
Find out what the cast is, because who is that one guy in the background? It's not Chris Harris.
That's what I was trying. No, Chris Evans is what I was trying.
No, you mean Chris Harris, the guy that was on the podcast?
Yeah.
You said the wrong name.
Well, it says Chris Evans. I don't know why I keep saying Chris Evans everywhere.
Why
I
is
thought
it-
his name was Chris Harris. Yeah, that's right.
Is it you sure the same guy? Maybe it's Chris Evans and not Chris Harris. I'm sure they probably know his name.
Yeah, I got sidetracked. Sorry.
Obviously, it's a different guy. Who is this? Well, just Google Chris Evans. Let's see what the fuck's going on here. Get to the bottom of this, God damn it. Jesus Christ, Damarera.
I hardly remember that show.
We'll get a photo of this gentleman so we see what he looks
This
like.
is Chris Evans.
No, that's not
the
Chris
guy.
Harris.
So Chris Harris is the guy that was on here.
Yes. Is he on this new show?
Maybe they're both on it, and that's why I'm confused.
It looks like it.
That's Chris Harris, right?
Yes.
This must be Chris.
Confirmed. So he's one of the new Top Gear hosts. Aha. All right, that makes sense. So that's Chris Evans, who's the redheaded gentleman, and then there's Chris Harris, who's been on the show. Oh,
That's
well,
why I
that
was
might work.
confused, sorry.
That fucking guy's hilarious. Harris is hilarious. He's really funny, man. He was really fucking smart, too. Really smart.
What's his ethnic background?
I don't know.
So she's a
Something brown.
German. I think she's like a BMW driver. This girl's Sabine Schmitz.
The middle guy looks familiar to
Do
me.
you feel like you could outdrive her even though you're
No,
a
definitely
man?
not. No,
Don't you feel like there's something about you that'll win?
maybe. I mean, I just got a BMW, so probably tear it up.
I got my own BMW, so basically I'm a race car driver.
I know how to take turns.
That Chris Harris guy's awesome though. His series Chris Harris on Cars on YouTube is like one of the best reviews of automobiles. He's like one of the most thorough, one of the most humorous, and so educated and knowledgeable about the inner workings of a car and why certain aspects of a car affect other aspects of it and like what's good and what's bad. He's just a wizard, man. He's really good. He's a perfect guy to replace Jeremy Clarkson because his humor is also very British. It's not as insulting as Jeremy Clarkson tend to be, and probably not as like go for the punchline, because Jeremy Clarkson has some hilarious punchlines. He's a really funny guy, man. His reviews of cars were awesome. It's like I would watch it and just fast forward through the other shit until he would get to a car, because he's just fun.
What was it on here?
It was on BBC America.
Oh, okay.
But there's a Top Gear, and then there's a Top Gear from here with Rutledge who is here, and our buddy Adam Ferrar is on it,
Oh.
and Tanner Faust.
Oh, that's the show Adam's on. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the American version. The American version of Top Gear.
I got the host names finally.
Okay.
We love you, Adam.
There we go. Chris Harris. YouTube star, they're calling him Chris Harris. F1 pundit, Eddie Jordan. Motoring journalist, Rory Reed. And Chris Evans and Matt LeBlanc. And the Stig. Show returns in May. Interesting. So it's returning next month. Look, man, if Harris is on it and they let him do his thing, it'll be awesome.